here, just bring you a wonderful short little video. You know what? I think I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna try to do one of these videos kind of live. I think I'm just gonna do it. YouTube live. Why not? See who else? See if anybody pops in. If they don't, I don't really care. It is what it is. And if they do, cool beans. That's all I can really say. But anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit because today, unfortunately, is not a good day for good old Mac over here. Let me straighten you guys up. I don't want you guys get looking crooked-headed like this, if you would. But today, unfortunately, was not a good day for dear old Mac. Let me tell you, today was one of them days where it started. Well, the day started out okay. Okay, it started out normal. I did my normal things and stuff like that. And of course, stuff, I'm gonna stop cursing a little bit, is stuff wants to start popping off at the end of the day, at the end of the working day, when things are finally starting to get done and whatnot. Stuff just suddenly started to want to pop off. And stuff literally just wanted to start popping off right before we got done doing some things there at work, and I have to end up writing something called an SSO, which is a sanitary sewer overflow, which is like a piece of paper that you have to use to report if anything happens, because I work in sewage and stuff. If anything happened, what did you do to correct it? Did it go into, how many gallons was it? Did it go into any receiving streams, etc., etc. Standard, in my opinion, pretty standard stuff that you got to fill out anyways. So I'm gonna have to fill out one of those forms today, and it bugs me. It does bug me a little bit. I fully understand that stuff like that happens, and stuff occurs in sewage and wastewater treatment and stuff, and you have to roll with the punches. Is what I say, because unfortunately the books will always say in a steady state, yada yada yada. I can tell you from working on wastewater for almost 5 years at this point, there's no such thing as a steady state. There will never be a such thing as a steady state. You're gonna have so much fluctuation throughout the day, from day to day, and it's unreal. It's unbelievable. And today, unfortunately, was one of those days where it was a fluctuated, overbearing to where we could handle it, and terrible. Now, I'm gonna tell you, if you guys are wastewater operators, I think there's deer out in that field, but if you guys are wastewater operators or work in wastewater or anything like that, you know how much a minute can make a difference. And you also know how drying beds work. Okay, drying beds are basically a way to. I'm gonna have to explain this a little. Or basically, you get your sludge, and it's not poop, guys. It's not poop. It's the after stuff. Sludge is the microbes that ate your poop. All right, and you get all that stuff, and you have to get them out of your system. You can't just keep building them up. You have to eventually get them out. So you send them to a digester, and then from the digester, you either take them out to land apply, or you belt press them and put them in a landfill. Or you incinerate it, whatever method you want to do to it. There are even some places where they take it and starting to use it into fertilizers and stuff, because it makes great fertilizer. It's just sludge, right? And it's the same thing as putting chicken manure onto crops and things of that nature. It's the same thing, but there's a very old school method of removing sludge from digesters or anywhere else, and that is using drying beds. Okay, that's using drying beds. Now, drying beds are a very old school method. Basically, all what you do is it's just a rectangular little tank that has a gate in the front, and you put some slabs of wood or something. You put a slab, and then you put dirt behind it, lots of dirt behind it, and then you start draining from the digester, fill it all the way up, cut it off. Eventually the water will seep through, seep through to the under channel that's underneath it, and from there the water starts going, back into the system, back into the wastewater system, and what you're left is the solids on top, and you have to then you pop open the gate, you get your tractor or shovel depending on how it's all set up. You get in there and you start hauling it out, putting it in a dumpster, and haul out the solids. Now this is a very old school way of doing sludge removal. It is very time consuming, it's very costly because you're removing a lot of sand with it, and it takes up weight, and you haul by weight, so it gets very costly to do these things, and it's very labor intensive too. It's not no simple, because you can't just run a tractor straight into the drying bed, because typical drying beds have just two cement strips down the center, and that's for your tractor to run on. And then 2 cement strips are just part of that wideness. So you'll have your strips right here, but it can be this wide. Your drying bed can be this wide. You can't run your tractor onto the outside those strips because your tractor's heavier than the porous that's underneath it. So your tractor will just sink into the under drain. So you can't just do that, so you have to rake it and stuff. Now they're great as backups, and we decided that we were going to use them to make, verify that they still work, that they still work as intended, as they need to. And I kid you not, it was 2:45. We're walking around after having them all open. We're getting ready to start closing the drains because they're already getting full, So we decided to walk around, making sure that, because we were there for about 4 hours. You want to keep your eye on these things when you're opening up the plug, when you open them up, because the problem is that because you need to be there just in case you need to throw more dirt on top, just to make sure that it's not coming out, it's not seeping out from where the gate is. So we're there for about 4 hours, and we're actually starting to get ready to the point where we could actually start closing them, right? And I kid you not, it was 2:45. About to start closing them. It seems all great. 2:46 rolled around. Everything went to shit. It seemed like all of them had problems. All of them started leaking and started going past the driveway, and we started hopping on the tractor, start shoveling as much as we can, shoveling so much dirt. We're moving, we're booking it, we're trying to get it all squared away as best we can. We're just doing as best we can, and this is a testament to some of my guys and stuff, because my guy and everything, because he was supposed to leave like an hour before to go pick up his kid from work, and I asked him if he could stay a little bit just to make sure, just in case something doesn't happen, and he's like, sure, I'll stay. And then it happens well after he's supposed to go, and he ends up staying another hour trying to help me fix it and everything. And eventually I told him, I said, okay, you need to go get your kid from daycare, I will handle the rest of it. Luckily by then we've done so much work that it did not take much more from me to actually get it squared away and everything. But needless to say, I'm going to have to fill out an SSO, which is a sanitary sewer overflow. Now, this is not an uncommon occurrence. I've filled out one before, not for this facility, but for different facilities I've worked at in the past. And I can tell you, it hurts my pride a little bit when I have to fill out one of these forms, because it makes me anyway, feel as though if I didn't do my job right. Now, I did everything in my power to make sure. We already had so much dirt backed up on it. We even tested 2 drying beds before we started filling up the other ones, just to make sure they would hold. And even those drying beds today decided they wanted to break, even though they were perfectly fine for over 24 hours. So it's not something that we wanted to happen, it just occurred. And unfortunately it occurred, right at the end of the working day, and we had to just stay and just start doing what we needed to. And then, like I I said, is a testament to my team member who stayed well after to help me out, and he did, and he helped me out very good. So I'm happy. I'm not happy that this occurred, because it just makes me feel as though I wasn't doing my job good enough. Now I fully understand that I did everything in my power, and I'm pretty sure that everybody that I've told, my compliance managers, I'm going to have to report to DHEC, because I'm in South Carolina. I have to report to DHEC what exactly happened and everything. Now, I'm pretty sure that they're going to understand what happened. Yes, I'm going to have to take the punch for it, because it's not something I wanted to happen. I didn't plan for it to happen. I didn't want it to happen. It just happened. Could I have done better? I have no idea. Could I put more dirt there? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know, because we put a lot of dirt. And I've dealt with dry bits before. I've never dealt with this happening before. So it sucks. I don't like it. Like I said, I don't like it that this happened. Makes me feel as though I didn't do my job good enough, but I did everything in my power that I could. So yeah, it happens, and I just want to bring this up because this sucks. It sucks. And I can tell you, it feels as though and I mentioned this in a previous video, it feels as though things, the bad seems to compound over and over again. Because yesterday, found out that my truck needs a new starter. Unfortunately, my truck's a dang Toyota Tundra, and starters working for Toyota is not a simple starter. It is a hassle, and it is a chore. And I'm like, okay, all right, well, I gotta stay positive. And I tried staying positive. And today is Wednesday, and it seemed like bad news started from last week, and it just kept multiplying over and over into the end of this week. And I'm trying to stay positive about it. That's the key, is you gotta keep staying positive. Yes, it sucks. Yes, the shit happens. But the only thing you can do is one thing at a time. You just deal with one thing at a time, right? And that's the key, is dealing with one thing at a time, all right? And then you got to take your small victories and heighten up smaller victories, all right? So what I mean is that yesterday, the wife and I got our house refinanced, much lower interest rate. And yes, that was a pain in the ass, and I admire my wife for getting through all that paperwork. All I basically did was show up. She did all the grunt work for it, and I admire her for it. So that's a small victory we can get there. My wife started school yesterday, and she passed her first quiz, flying colors with an A. Hell yeah, that's an awesome thing. It's things like that that may seem very mundane, that may seem very basic, that may seem uneventful to other people. You have to make it top notch when you're having shit moments like this, because it's those little things that's going to keep you more positive, that's going to see you through these type of things, and it'll alleviate some of the stress that may be building up. Because, like it or not, people, as much as you are always told not to bring your work home with you, you are going to bring work home with you, because it is a large part of your life. If you work a normal job, which is 8 hours a day, and let's just say you have to take an hour for lunch, so that's 9 hours out of your day. So 8 hours out of 24 hours, that's a third of your life dedicated to work. You think you're going to not bring that home? Think again. Okay? It's just how it is. Now, you can either make it seem all negative, keep dragging you down when you're at home, make it stressful at home, or you could just look at the little victories as a whole and just keep moving forward with it. That's the only thing you can really do with it, because let me tell you, it is much easier to fall down than to pick yourself back up. Let me tell you, it is much easier. You go ahead and just slump over and then see how much more energy you have to exert to get back up. It is so much easier to fall down. And it's much easier for things to drag you down too than to actually uplift you. So you have to make those uplifting things work. Even if they're small things. I'm talking about super small things. For instance, I can't even think of a small thing right now because I already named off a few. For instance, a small thing for me is that I was elected to the National Leadership Society because my GPA at school was above a 3.5 or 3.3, 3.5, one of the other, I can't remember. But that's awesome. That's awesome, and my wife even agreed. She's like, hell yeah, that's awesome. To other people, then it's like, okay, whatever, But you got to make those victories seem larger than life. You got to basically make things like that seem larger than life, because let me tell you, bad things always comes in troves, and it just keeps coming until you have to forcefully break the bad cycle. But yeah, I don't know. That's just me, guys. That's just me. That's just a few thoughts I've had because I had like I said, I had a rough few hours these past few hours. Can I help it? No. Does it suck? Yeah. But am I going to let it get me down? Hell no. I'm going home. We got it all sorted out. We got it all organized. We got everything in our possible power to do it. I'm going to go home and enjoy a small victory, which is going to see my daughter lose her mind over a new cat that my wife is bringing home, apparently. So yeah, small victories. Let's enjoy it. All right. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I just hope you guys share. If you're feeling down, take the small victories. The little victories. Make it seem larger. Be excited about the little victories, and I guarantee you'll get through everything, because I'm going through it right now. I know I'm going to get through it. I just got to keep pushing forward. I got to keep staying positive. That's the only key to it, right? So yeah. Also, I got these brand new fucking sunglasses, and they look amazing. I love them. I love these kind of style sunglasses. So, anyways, that's just something I just wanted to laugh about, guys. Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day, and I hope you guys take a little bit of what I said to heart a little bit, especially if you guys are feeling down, because I know how it goes. But anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I look forward to hearing you guys from the next video. And if you guys would, give me a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, work hard. Peace!